8 beers, 9 beers, and a Bloody Mary.
Welcome back into the Beers and Balls Show. My name is Eddie, and I'm joined, as always, by the best co-host in the business, Drew. How's your Victory Monday today?
I'm doing pretty good, fam. How about you?
I'm all like day 5 of Victory Monday, but all eyes are focused on the Chicago Bears Sunday afternoon. But first, before we get into, we're going to talk a lot about Bryce Young today, and then we're going to look into Jordan Love's film breakdown on Thursday at Thanksgiving. We're going to break that down. But before we get to any of that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. We're giving away a gift card at 300 subscribers. It's a big milestone we want to look at there.
Big money.
Big money. And it's free.
Big
Subscribing's free. That's all it is. It's hitting the free and put your post notifications on so you always know when our content is coming out. And also leave it down below if there's any quarterback you want us to break down as well. I mean, we're just a couple of stooges at home, but we love football. We'll break down Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, whoever it is. But as we get started, Drew, let's do the first part of the show, which is drinking beer. Cheers to you.
Again. Cheers.
Well, Drew, I do got to tell you about my Cyber Monday first. You know Cyber Monday?
I do.
I got a new little desktop coming in. I'm working on this old raggedy piece of shit. But I got a new one coming in on Friday, little Mac Mini on the M4.
Oh, you're gonna be very surprised.
We're gonna up the production game. That's the thing to be looking for. Is the production game's gonna get higher. We're gonna be able to include a lot more things in our shows. Are you excited about that?
I'm excited. You know what? Since you're upgraded in your production, I might put a Panthers flag on the wall.
There we go.
And my girlfriend might be mad at me for a week.
Yeah,
but,
just put it on for the show. Let's compromise. That's what relationship's all about. Is compromising.
Yeah. Nah, she'd be cool. She'd be cool with it. I'm just lazy and keep forgetting to buy one. It's the guest room. I don't ever come in here. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your quarterback because there's been a lot of things going on. Our YouTube Shorts comments have been blowing up about it. People seem to not be liking what we're talking about. They think Bryce Young is the quarterback of the future. You and I both think the progress is slow, but it's not where it should be. What's your thought process going on?
Yeah, I agree. I just think, he hasn't shown enough with what we've given him. I mean, it's year 3 and I mean, he's shown a little bit of progress. But to me, he just doesn't look confident playing. He doesn't throw down the field. He doesn't throw over the middle. He's got bad footwork, weak arm strength. He has a couple of good games here and there, but I just don't think that's enough. And I think the main thing that people forget is that he's going to be on a contract year next year. We're either going to have to pick up his 5th-year option. I think by the end of this offseason.
Yeah, well, it depends. Some teams do it going into the year if they want to pick up. Some people pick it up at the 4-year mark. Most teams do because if you don't, then they become a free agent. So, but he does get that 5th-year option. But he's probably looking to get paid.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we're either gonna. So yeah, that's the deal. I think people forget is he's going to be looking to get paid, whether it's either that 5th-year option, which is going to be like $30+ million, which I mean that's a big cap hit. I mean we're paying about 10 now, so that's $20 extra million. That's a star player we can get off of free agent market. People aren't really thinking, and then if we do give him a contract, he's going to want at least $45 million. I mean that's what the starting rate is pretty much for franchise QBs.
That's low too for most starting quarterbacks. And for people that don't know how like that 5th-year option goes, they base it off the highest paid percentage quarterbacks that are making. I don't know that like what the exact amount is, but it's based off the position. That's why a lot of those 5th-year options get picked up on your premier positions, your wide receivers, your quarterbacks, your offensive linemen, defensive linemen.
Yeah, and they definitely will, and they probably will pick it up just because it will be cheaper than if they do sign him to a max contract, or they sign him to an extension, instead of paying him $50 million for 5 years, they'll pay him $30 million for 1 year, then $50 million for 4 more years, save him $20 million.
You know what I think would be a great idea for the Panthers organization to do is to have a pretty point blank conversation with Bryce Young and let him know that what's been going on like these 4 years is not good enough to get that pay, and do what the Packers did with Jordan Love, where they gave him like a 1 year extension of $12 million, so that he's getting some pretty much life changing money, getting that big pay, and it's like, all right, this is your go prove it year, and when you go and prove it, then we'll give you the contract. Because when you give a quarterback or anybody a big contract, you're not paying them for what they've done. You're paying them for what they're projected to do. And I looked at what Bryce Young has done over these 3 years and what he's projected to do this year, and the progression's not there. In my eyes, there's nothing that Bryce Young is doing that you want to pay him a large chunk of money for, because the only thing that he's progressed from last year to this year is some yards, a couple touchdowns, and he's probably going to have a career high in interceptions. And he's just only dipped down in QBR, or it's just close. It's still not good. The hindsight, looking forward to the future, to the next 5 years, the progression he's made is just not something. If I'm a GM, which I'm not, I'm a stooge, I wouldn't be comfortable with giving him that much money.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it's gonna come down also to what Dave Canales wants. Probably sometime in my mic fell down. Probably sometime in like the middle of next year or at the end of this year. I think Dave's gonna have to make a decision, because I think Dave's probably gonna be our coach moving forward, whether Bryce is our quarterback or not. I think that's pretty obvious. So I think it's gonna kind of come down to him, whether like he thinks Bryce can take us to the Super Bowl and be that guy. And I'm not sure he thinks he is, because we've seen how much we've had to rely on the run game and how bad it gets when we have to rely on Bryce to throw. And I'm not trying to shit on him. He had a good game, but it's the consistency that we're missing. It's one good game every 4 weeks is just not going to cut it. I mean, and this team has shown time and time again, especially this year, that we have talent on both sides of the ball. Like, this team is a complete team talent wise all around. We may not be perfect, but we are complete all the way around. And I think this whole team has played, consistently better than Bryce Young has. The defense has had a couple bad games, but I think Bryce has played more bad games than the defense has. The running backs haven't had perfect games, but he's played more bad games than the running backs. So I just think everyone has just shown improvement. Everyone's playing better, but he kind of is just still in that inconsistent mode. And, I hope he can play it out for the rest of the year, but it's kind of hard, even if he does, because you have to look at the whole season as a whole. I can't. And he did the same thing last year, where he had a horrible start and then he turned it around the back half. And it seems like he's doing the same thing this year, maybe, but it's also like, is that good enough to be a franchise QB? Like, play bad the whole first half of the season and then turn around the second half? It's just like, we see his ceiling, like you said, but it's just, we've also seen the floor, and the gap is massive.
Yeah,
so
his gap is huge between his ceiling and his floor, because I talked about it with somebody in our comments below, like in one of our other videos, is he's shined at times. Like, let's not get it wrong. Let's not shit on him. 15 for 20, 3 touchdowns, that's damn impressive. If you look just at the statistics of it. And the Panthers need to keep Dave Canales around because he's a damn good coach.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get some just development, that's the thing that it seems like Panther fans are being a little too impatient right now. A little too impatient, which I get. Every year you want to go win, but you got to understand, you have a second-year wide receiver in Leggett, you got an undrafted free agent in Coker, and you got a first-round rookie in Tet, just for the receivers. None of them are supposed to be like league leaders. None of them are supposed to be taking over games. That's just the history of the league. You just don't have none of them are going to turn into Justin Jefferson overnight. And that's the problem that I have with Bryce Young's progression is the staff and the front office continue to put weapons around him, but his statistics are staying the same, and if not getting worse in some areas.
Yeah,
it should be getting. You got a top 10 player in Ted McMillan in the draft. You have 2 first-round wide receivers. There's not a lot of teams around the league that have 2 first-round wide receivers within a 2-year span.
Mm-hmm.
You got to capitalize on those opportunities that you have on cheap contracts because you like add to your point. You got a bunch of good pieces on the defense. I think the Panthers are a very complete team of really good players, not great players. They got a bunch of really good, like Derek Brown, great player. J.C. Horn, great player. Mike Jack, really good player. Linebackers, good players. You don't have any weak spots where it's like, yep, that's the place we're going to go attack. Outside of probably the offensive line, just because there's been so many injuries and no real cohesion being
Yeah.
built there. And besides all of that, you still have one of the top rushing offenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And the thing is, people say, "Oh, we don't need Bryce Young to play great. He just needs to play like okay, or he just needs to throw for 150 yards and no interceptions or whatever." And that's all fine and well, but that's not a franchise quarterback, type stuff. And it's like, and like I said again, that kind of shows how much talent we have around the ball, and it's like how much better we could be if we had an elite level quarterback. And I'm not saying Bryce can't ever be an elite level quarterback, but right now he's not showing that. I mean, let's be honest, he's not. And I think, year three, we should start to see some kind of consistency. And it's like, okay, 2 years in a row, he's played like garbage the whole first half of the season. And then he's started to kind of turn it around at the back half, kind of, sort of. It's like, is it, so
But you want to know the big difference between Bryce Young and Drake May? Just one big difference.
what?
Drake May throws the ball downfield.
What?
Drake May throws the ball
Yeah.
downfield. He's
He
not
definitely-
afraid to put ball like 50 like throw 50-50 balls and go for the explosive plays. Bryce is so turnover adversive that he turns over the ball and he puts his team in bad situations. Like he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. And
you got to have those calluses. I'm okay if I'm like in the Panthers front office these first 3 years. Throw as many interceptions as you possibly want to. Get it out of your system, but throw the damn ball. Just throw the damn. Show me you have something. Like you throwing a check down on 3rd and 8 isn't showing me that you're a good quarterback. Fucking Carson Wentz could do that shit. And I'd pay him a third of what I would pay you. Show me elite talent because Bryce Young's not a 3rd-round quarterback. The Panthers gave up like franchise-changing assets to go get Bryce Young at number 1.
Mm-hmm. No, they did, and I just, he's shown time and time again that he's so trigger shy to throw down the field, and that's another thing I want to touch on is that, I think Dave forced Bryce to throw down the field in the second half, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because in that game, I believe Drew Brees was commentating, and he said that the Rams were just running man coverage nonstop, like cover zero, cover ones, and we had one-on-one opportunities over the top so many times in the first half, and Bryce never took it. And Drew Brees said he's got to take those opportunities. You got to give your receivers a shot. You got to trust your guys. And that's exactly what happened. Dave Canales went back to the locker room and said, look, Bryce, we're going to run these when they're least expecting it, and I need you to throw the ball. I don't care, just throw the ball. And that's exactly what it did. Like on that touchdown to Coker, as soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned and threw it. There was no thinking. There was nothing. He was going to throw that ball.
He threw a great ball. And he threw a great ball. And you could see it. You could see it. And that's why I know this is more on Dave Canales than it is on Bryce Young, because on both of those 4th down touchdowns that Bryce Young threw, they ran on 3rd down.
4th.
No, I'm saying like they ran on 3rd down to go into the 4th down. Yeah, they ran on that 3rd down because it's like, all right, let's get them in a advantage look. And in both of those, there's a ton of guys in the box, all press man coverage. I mean, that Coker was just a catch and throw. That was an absolute catch and throw because Dave Canales put this Panthers offense in a place to win. It wasn't Bryce Young doing magic out of the pocket and delivering a dime that got that touchdown. It was he took 2 steps at most and just threw it, boom, right into Coker's hand because Coker beat the man off the line of scrimmage to create that separation. And all he had to do was just get it there. That's all Bryce had to do is just get the ball there.
Yeah, and like you said, they were great throws. I don't want to take anything away from it, but that throw to Coker and to T-Mac, they were both wide open throws, and they were only 20 yards down the field. You, as an NFL quarterback, especially a future franchise quarterback who's a number one overall pick, is expected to hit an open receiver 20 yards down the field.
10 out
Okay,
of
that
10
is,
times. 10 out of
yeah,
10 times.
yeah. I mean, he didn't. This wasn't a 40-yard bomb. This wasn't a 50-yard bomb on the run. No crazy. This was a set, clean pocket, 20-yard throw. This is an expected throw we need our quarterback to make. I understand it's great to watch. I understand we're excited, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and start acting like this guy's the next Peyton Manning, the next Joe Burrow. We need to really think, and because that game, he only had 5 completions, 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. I mean, all 10 of his completions were at the line of scrimmage or behind it. I mean, he threw so many checkdowns and screens that game. He barely threw it downfield. And, like I said, those touchdown passes were just 20-yard throws. They were just, they were open and he threw them on the money. He threw them open. And that's what you need to do as an NFL quarterback. You're expected to do that. And
Yeah.
people want to glaze him so hard for it. And I'm happy he did it. But, I need to see more of that consistently because they're open downfield like that every game. He just needs to give them chances.
Yeah, we saw it many times. I mean, probably Thursday or Friday. Let's do a Friday. Let's do a Bryce Young film review on Friday if you'd like.
Yeah.
Because there's one that comes to mind that I really want to hit on is because some of these you can tell that Bryce Young sometimes has predetermined throws, just like that hospital ball that he threw to Tet when Tremble would have walked in to the end zone from about the 20-yard line. Would have
Terrible.
walked in.
I know.
But it's just like things like that.
And the crazy thing about that too is that Trimble was on the same side of the field. He was in the slot next to Tet. He was looking in the exact same direction. So he was so hyper focused on throwing it to Tet into double coverage hospital ball on the sideline. And Tommy Treble's literally running wide open right in front of him. I just don't know how you don't see that. Like that's just
Well, I think as for Panther fans, and this is kind of what I went through with Jordan Love, because you start seeing a couple exciting things, a couple good games. I mean, Jordan Love did that the first season. He kind of had something similar to Bryce Young his first year starting. He started out hot against the Bears, then he went in a slump, and then he got on a run. Temper expectations until you see consistency.
yeah.
Temper your expectations. Really, just because then you will understand the game a little bit more when you temper. So you're watching it at a statistical level and not an emotional level. Because this game was very emotional when you look at the stat box. Oh, 15 to 20, really high completion rating, great QBR, 3 touchdowns. But then when you look at the point that Drew just brought up, he only threw 2 passes, or how many passes above 5 yards?
Only 5 passes. Only 5 completions went 5 yards past.
Yeah.
the
Then
line
you
of
look at
scrimmage.
that and you're like, geez, a high school quarterback could do that.
Yeah, 10 of his completions, 10 out of his 15 completions were at or behind the line of scrimmage.
And here's my question. I want everybody in the comment section to drop down below what your thought is. If you were paying Bryce Young $40+ million right now, would you be happy? Drop it down below. Would you be happy if Bryce Young was at his current level of play making $40 to $45 million? Let me know down below. And if it is yes, please tell me why, because I'd love to know why you would think that's good.
Yeah, so man, I think it's ultimately going to come down to Dave and what he thinks. Because he's in the film room with him. He's the one telling him what to do. He's the one calling the plays. Like he knows Bryce best and what he is capable of. So I think it's going to be really coming down to ultimately his decision. And I think the last game was like a kind of like a smack in the face. Like Bryce, you need to start throwing it downfield. I'm gonna make you throw downfield just to prove to yourself that you can do it. So I hope this was kind of like a wake up call for him because, like, I mean,
I've heard crazier shit before. Like that
Yeah.
that wouldn't surprise me. Well, before we move into the Jordan Love film review, nice little beer break for you.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying the content, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Give away at 300 subscribers. Make sure you do that. It's free. And let us know if what your thoughts are on Bryce Young, and keep doing what you guys have been doing the last 2 days about Bryce Young. Keep blowing it up. We want to hear you talk.
yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a bit 1 second after before we go. Yeah, and just one more thing, you got to also remember of that 200 yards and 3 touchdown game, one of them was on a 40-yard screen pass to Chuba. So if we were being realistic, that's more like 160 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is a very average game for an NFL starting quarterback. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a top like middle of the pack, 15 to 10 ranked quarterback, you do that mostly every game. And that's fine if
Yeah.
he can do that. And that's totally fine if he can do that every game, but he can't as far as I've can seen.
Yeah,
So,
well, and in the really good quarterbacks, like you've seen every quarterback this year, damn near, has had like 150-yard game, 175-yard game. Like
uh-huh.
Jordan Love had like 3 of them in a row.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes it's everything is a matchup thing, and people also have to understand too. The Panthers' scheme right now is to limit possessions and run the football. So,
Hmm.
in all aspects, they're trying to not have Bryce throw as many times as they need to because they want to run the ball and take the game away because you're going to be in every game if you do that.
Yeah.
So the
And
Panthers' philosophy is for Bryce not to be a big factor in every game.
yeah. And to my fellow Panther fans, it's like another question for you when we put down in the below, like, do you trust Bryce if our run game isn't working? Like we've seen against New Orleans and San Francisco when the run game, and you can say this either way, we didn't run the ball against San Francisco. But either way, when the game seems like it's put on his shoulders, he does not produce. I mean, do you guys trust the ball in Bryce Young's hands if the run game is not working? That's the ultimate question. Do you trust Bryce Young to go out and win a football game if we're not going to get at least 50 yards rushing? If he has to throw the ball 40 times a game, do you think we're going to win?
That's a hell of a question right there. That
Yeah.
is. That's I mean, and we're back with the Beers and Ball Show. Gonna do a little Jordan Love film breakdown. Had a little bit of technical difficulties setting this one up here. It's always one button, isn't it, Drew? It's always one button to kind of get things going.
I think it's your old computer,
That's what it is. That's what it is.
but
Well,
we're getting an upgrade, so
that's it. So, Drew, we're going to kind of start with this is all the passing plays, or the majority of the passing plays from Jordan Love on Thanksgiving against the Detroit Lions. Now, the Lions, they ran a lot of man. They love getting up on you and playing man here. This is the first play of the game. It's going to be a play action, and it's the curl routes from both Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. We'll kind of play it out here a little bit. And as you see, Jordan Love, it's in a single back, these 2 tight end sets. I love these 2 tight end sets. I love them. Give me 5 tight ends out on the field. I love it. And as we kind of play through it here, off that great play action, see, we got depth. And we got good, with those 2 tight ends, you see, they both scooted over. So now you get an extra blocker to really, because you got to worry about Aiden Hutchinson, all right? And then as Jordan Love plants his foot, throws an absolute strike right there to Christian Watson. What's your thoughts?
wow. I mean, that's okay. First of all, that's like a 30-yard throw. I mean, anticipatory, right on the money. I mean, was tightly covered. I mean, he's open. I mean, when he turns around, obviously, but I mean, he has to anticipate me right here. I mean, he's basically about suited up to throw.
I mean, whenever Jordan Love's able to hit his back foot and throw out on timing, he's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, and I love that he has strength and he has the confidence and the strength and the confidence in his arm and his capabilities to zip this ball to this receiver, even when he's the closer receiver to the safety. To know that safety's not going to get there. I mean, that's just impressive because, you know, Bryce, I don't know if he's got enough loft to get that out there before the safety can cut it off. So
Yeah, and Jordan Love has so much torque on his throws, and as you see here, this is what I like to call the Christian Watson effect. Having a guy like Christian Watson that can just absolutely torch you down the field as this safety is just moving for his life. Because even
Yeah.
if this was a go ball, Christian Watson's going to beat that guy. Look at him; he's already got leverage on him.
he's faster than Dobbs.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh
him.
yeah, Dobbs is not known for his speed,
Yeah.
but then he zips it right on in there.
Yeah.
Gets a couple extra yards. This is from the end zone angle. Oh, actually, this is a different play. This, Drew, I want you to watch this. This is what you personify as elite pocket presence, where you're just calm, you're cool, and you're finding your out. So just watch Jordan Love and watch the offensive line here.
Okay.
So get a little motion in. Got to bring that tight end in, and you see Davenport 92 bumps out.
Yeah.
Because what they bring the tight end in because he's thinking this little jabroni over here, 34, might be coming on the edge blitz. He might be coming off the edge. So you want to bring him in. All right, so check it, bring another guy in motion. Does the Panthers do that? You see that little reverse motion here?
We do.
Look at this. I think
Yeah,
I think Matt LaFleur came up with this because he
little
brought this
fake,
out 2 years ago.
little fake jet sweep kind of thing.
Little fake jet. Now watch him. See, everything's breaking down here. So everything, it's a clean pocket.
Yeah.
Clean pocket. He's got all the time, but he starts getting a little bit of edge pressure from the left. This is where he just keeps hopping and hopping and hopping like he's easy, buddy. Pump fake, moving up and out. Just missed, though.
Ah.
It's just a tough miss right there.
Yeah, he's trying to do that.
That's the one immediately you want back, where you're kind of forcing it a little bit, but just the pocket presence alone from Jordan Love here. And this is elite pocket presence. To always find your out.
Yeah.
And just a miss, man. That's
just a
just
tight
short
window
armed
to try to fit it in there. So
I mean, that's a touchdown. Bo Melton walks into the end zone
yeah,
if he catches this.
yeah, he didn't need to put so much zip on it. He could have just
He kind of just short armed it there a little bit.
Yeah, well, it happens. He tried to make a play, and that's what you can ask for. He tried to make a play. You're not going to get all of them, but at least give your guy a shot. Try. Don't just throw it out of bounds when your guy's wide open 30 yards down the field.
All right, Drew. So we got the Packers come out in their second possession here. You got little trips tight end to the left, where Watson splits to the right with Jacobs in the backfield. You're going to motion in Heath. I think the Packers motion more than anybody out there. And this is going to be a miss. But Jordan Love did such a good job this game of just absolutely just having really good footwork for the most part. As he sits here off the back foot, zips it, would have been a hospital ball. Probably a hospital ball there. We'll see it from the other angle here.
Yeah.
And
he's throwing it over the middle of that crossing route.
Yes,
right?
Yeah. The thing about him now over the last few weeks is he's starting to really push the ball, really elevate and push the ball forward. So you get these, we're trying to do here because as you see when this motion man comes over, that's showing Jordan Love it's man coverage. So we want to get in breakers. We want to get things that are going to create the separation necessary there. And as he drops back here, he's flinging it. And right here, look at the anticipation, even over, because he knows he's going to get it over this middle linebacker right here. He's just a little off. Just puts a little too much mustard on it. And you see how that was almost hospital ball?
Yeah.
Just the way this safety was able to just get right down in on him. Almost a hospital ball there.
Well, luckily, Christian Watson's a bigger receiver, so hopefully he wouldn't take too big of a hit.
Yeah. So
But,
now we come out.
That's a good throw over the middle, man. Anticipatory throw, gave his guy a shot. I mean, safety's right there, but still, if he throws it on the money, that's a catch.
Yep, absolutely. Now we come back into the next possession. Here's what I really like here is we brought out our 6th offensive lineman here. Packers are starting to do that more, which is Darian Kennard right here at this left edge. You just get that extra pass protection, and this play action has just been working. I'm sorry, damn clip is messing up on me. Here we go. As you get a play action here going, Jordan Love moves out of the pocket. I mean, this was just this is what I call sicko. Even though it's an incompletion, when we see it from the other angle, it is just absolute sicko mode. Play action, immediately move, because this guy comes running in free. That gets him to force out, and to still be able to create, come down, and then Christian Watson just gets great separation and a drop. And a drop. But as we'll see here, this ball is a damn good ball.
Yeah.
Because he moves out, so you see 54 just comes in free. So Jordan Love knows he's got to get out and get out quick.
Big boy coming in hot.
So he gets here. He's starting to load now. Now he's starting to load his pass. Yeah. He flicks it. Look at it. Just boom, draw. I mean, that's what it's just a sicko throw. To do that and getting hit by Aiden Hutchinson right there.
A little far ahead, but perfect throw to give your guy just a shot. Nobody else.
Yeah, nobody else.
I love it, man. I wish Bryce would do more of that.
And this here's the first passing touchdown, or one, maybe second. It's on a 4th down. It's going to be going to Dontavian Wicks at the top of the screen. Make sure my face doesn't cover it too much. Let's see how it goes. So he's getting man coverage. Detroit Lions love man coverage. Just a drop at the ball on the dime.
Mm.
just dropping it there. And it's just look, he could just throw from so many different angles. Because look, Jordan Love's feet aren't set. I mean, one of our first episodes, I told Packer fans, stop worrying about his footwork. It ain't gonna ever get perfect. He ain't
Yeah.
changing it. He got too much arm strength that he doesn't need perfect footwork. Drifting backwards on a dime.
Yeah.
Dontavian Wicks, hell of a catch.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
That's
we're sicko. And here it is from just a different angle how he's able to move. Because when you see this guy, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in the box on a fourth down. So you're getting man cover. So 12 is supposed to be is covering to the wide side because there's 3 guys to the right. So he's going to move over to the left as soon as Dontavian Wicks come over. He's going to get over late. As he sits up, sicko throw, that top safety can't get there in time because he didn't cheat enough. He just didn't
yeah.
cheat enough to get back over there when he should have.
Yeah, no, that's a great throw, man. He just looks effortless throwing these deep
It
passes.
just anytime it doesn't seem like he's trying to. He could just put the ball anywhere he wants to.
Yeah, just great touch. Great touch and arm strength.
So here's where we're gonna get a little bit of a deep shot going. Just gonna get a little bit too much pressure, throw it off the back foot,
Oh,
just short of Christian Watson here.
I mean, but just giving your guy a shot, like you see the one-on-one opportunity, give your guy a chance. You're not going to get all of them.
But yeah, and that's just off the back foot. I mean, look the way he threw this ball.
Yeah,
I mean, there is just no way he threw that from. That's the 35-yard line right there where the X is. So it's the 21-yard line he's throwing
yeah,
this at, off his back foot, all arm to the opposite 37-yard line.
yeah,
And it was just barely. And that's the thing is that's a catchable ball. Christian Watson probably should have
Mhm.
caught that ball.
yeah,
He probably should have caught that ball.
yeah. He gave him a shot. I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, you're not going to get it wide open every time, and the throw is not going to be perfect, but give the receiver a chance to come
Yeah,
back to it. Maybe you get a pass interference flag.
yeah.
I mean, there's more positives than come out of negatives usually when you have a one-on-one opportunity like that, and you throw a decent
And
throw.
you're not gonna get them every week too. That's the thing where because this is the first time the Packers seen a team play one high since like they played Detroit in week 1. Every
Yeah.
team that's playing the Green Bay Packers right now is too high.
Hmm.
So there was a ton of opportunity for Jordan Love to push the ball down the field. Now we got Christian Watson coming across the field again.
Yeah.
Jordan Love just quick rip to the outside.
Well, that was a Bryce Young throw right there.
That's right. It's just the way he was able to just the way he was able to just catch and throw with just so much power because 2 guys are on Christian Watson right away.
Yeah,
That's a tough window throw right there.
it is.
I mean, the way he just ripped this one in, because he knows he's going to him. Like this was that predetermined, and just
Mhm.
the absolute just arm ability. Because as he's catching, is Amik Robertson's tackling him.
Yeah, well, that's all they really needed. You see, he's getting across the sticks just right there. I mean, that's smart football. I mean, take that easy first down. And that's the thing about those throws is like, yeah, they're safe, but use them when you need them. Use them every now and again. Just don't make that the vocal point.
Absolutely.
And obviously, I've seen it. Just the Packers, obviously, they just mix stuff up well. They just run it out of shotgun. Deep intermediate passes, play action, deep intermediate passes. Quick outs, anticipation throws. They're just spreading it around.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many, and we were down. Arguably are three of our top targets with, of course, Tucker Kraft for the rest of the season. Jaden Reed, who's supposed to be playing this Sunday against the Bears. I mean, who was just electric in the first 2 weeks, and then Matthew Gordon, our first round receiver. So we were down just our what I like to call our original 3: Dobbs, Wicks, and Watson. So we'll see what this play got going on. We got Bo Melton shifting up to the north side, and that's what it always is just trying to get the best leverage possible. As you see all these Packer receivers, they all have great leverage at where all of them are at. So Jordan Love delivers this, and another sicko throw.
I didn't even see where he was throwing that out. He's
Yeah,
throwing it.
so it'll be here to Dontavian Wicks, who is this slot corner right here
Yeah.
where Bo Melton is moving there. That's where it's going to be going to. A man coverage. It's going to be like a nice out route off his back foot again. Sicko throw. Right, it was an earshot on the defender.
That's
Just-
crazy throw.
I think this
That's
might be
fun.
another look at it here. Oh, nope, this is a different play. Another Bo Melton, though.
What's
Another Bo
up?
Melton coming back. Oh, no, actually, this might be the same play.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yep, jumping. Boom. You see how he crow hops right here?
Yeah.
Watch Jordan Love's footwork. Right here. Where he just kind of hops, hop, hop, hop. The left foot up. Just absolute sicko throw.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do as a defender is going to stop that.
Stay on your feet.
Yep. It just.
I kind of like that route to the Dobbs at the bottom. If you go back, if he would have just, I know that's tough, but he baited in the safety too.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Dobbs,
Right on
Dobbs,
23.
yeah, he does a double move back to the outside, and you see that safety, he baits inside, and then whoop.
Yeah, that's just great coverage right there. That guy is right on him.
Yeah, he did get him good, but
yeah, he was right on him there. But those things open it up where you're looking to see later in the game if you're going to get those opportunities later. Now, I love this throw. This was just epitome of just great offensive play. And this is going to Luke Musgraves right here, this tight end that's coming out.
I can see him breaking open already.
He struggles. This man cannot catch the ball while standing up. He cannot. Yak yards are non-existent to this man. But he gets out of here, great block, and then just the way Jordan Love throws the ball, man.
Yeah.
I just can't get over it. Just watch Jordan Love here as he's getting ready to the ball. He's just rolling it, and then boom, slick. It just looks good.
Yeah, that is the definition of throwing your guy open.
Yeah, and
He's got a half a step on the linebacker, the safety right behind him. You need to lead him just enough, put it where he can get it. And I mean that's throwing your guy open to a T right there.
Not making it difficult for him either. Not making it too difficult where he has to make a tough catch, because look at this box coming up here. I mean, everybody's here. But because what the Lions do, they try and be aggressive. So this is where you point him, because 34 here for the Lions, Anzalone, is the one that's going to get worked here, as we see, because they're trying to communicate. Him and Davenport, 92, trying to communicate. No one's going on. Who's doing who? Where's one going? Not sure. Confused. And then watch, boom, right off the line, he gets broken. And then Jordan Love just able to flick that out there. It's just so nice to watch. It's just take it in, man. Take it in. And then here's a touchdown throw to my boy Romeo. And what they do here, which is so good, and this is another fourth down, is they bringing this guy across. Now they're communicating. They don't know what they're doing. Are they going inside out? Are they matching? What are they doing? Hell, they don't know. They don't know. And Jordan Love sees that. He knows what time it is. That's why he's pointing the other side, trying to get distracted. A little distraction. Pop, get it out there. Throw it only to where Romeo Dobbs can get it.
Yeah.
Throw it to only where Romeo. Look at the ball placement, because there's no world where this corner has any play on this ball.
Crazy footwork too.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right.
That's beautiful. And reading it too, like just making sure he's gonna get open first, and not just throwing it.
Not just throwing it. Yeah.
That just takes, elite arm strength and accuracy, because that's an anticipatory throw. And if you don't anticipate that, you're going to have to throw it on the money, and he did.
I think my favorite part of watching Jordan Love in this game is all of his post-throw antics, where it's just exuding confidence. He's just look at him. He threw it. He's already running back. He's already running back. He doesn't have to sit there and wait. He already knew he threw a fucking dime. Yeah. Now here he is.
Oh wow! I mean, you can just tell he's just not scared to throw interceptions. He's not shy of his decision making.
He understands it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
The people on defense get paid to.
Yeah. Well, he didn't get benched for Andy Dalton.
Now here he is taking this next play is him loading up. Christian Watson on the bottom screen getting ready to do a double move.
Oh, I see him.
You see him? And Jordan Love's loading it up. I mean, that 12-gauge shotgun's getting loaded up.
He's about to run right into my ugly mug. Oh. Jesus.
It's just a drop a dime on me.
Throwing that from the 40-yard line.
Just from the 39-yard line standing.
He climbs a little bit.
Oh, fuck.
He climbs up like a yard or two.
Yeah, he's going from the 39 we'll say the 40.
Yeah.
From the 40, dropping it on a
line.
dime to the 6-yard line. Just fucking, and that's an easy throw for him too.
55-yard throw.
With ease.
And airmailed it. Airmailed it.
Flick of the wrist.
Yeah, like that's just elite quarterback. That's what you pay him for. Bro.
That's why he gets paid 50. When he's playing like this and he's playing free and he's playing open, every penny of the $55 million is worth it.
And this is why like your offense can run so much more efficiently is because defenses are scared of that. I honestly don't think Bryce Young could throw that. I have very hard doubts that he could throw even that far.
That's what my concern with Bryce Young is that risk averse. Like that's Jordan Love knowing the play call and knowing I'm going deep. Where he's hunting big plays. He's hunting explosive plays.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just a philosophy with.
I mean, you think Bryce Young can throw from the 40 to the line?
I think it depends how it is. Like I think any NFL quarterback can do that, but how accurate can they be? Can they catch one of the fastest guys on the field in stride with a half-yard separation?
I don't know, man. That's just elite arm strength and form. I mean, well, yeah, there's quarterbacks that can do it, but
but it's all about can you hit your guy? Because any quarterback can throw 55 yards. Can you do it when the fastest guy on the field is running in stride half a yard on a defender who's draped on him and put it right in the bucket? It's like the most accurate 55-yard throw you can make.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that you can throw 55 yards, but you're literally putting it in what Brett Favre used to say, you got to put that ball with butterfly and sore feet.
Yeah. Panthers fans, that's a deep throw. That's an MVP type throw. Okay, not that little 20-yard little shit that Bryce was doing. Not taking anything away, but that's just we haven't seen that from Bryce. Like that's elite level type stuff right there.
And then we see Jordan Love here just, oh my God, this is another one of those sicko throws. I mean, I texted you, I said, yeah, there were some pretty bad misses in this game, but then you have absolute sicko throws. So what this is you got an out down from Malik Heath. Let's kind of go back to where the beginning of the play started and so what Jordan Love is seeing here is going to be a cover 3, right? So he's thinking this safety is going to drop, this top safety, which on the left hash, is going to drop more middle field. Or he's going to have one high safety here, and his seam is going to be where the look is. So this bottom bunch guy, Malik Heath, is going to run it out. They're going to cross. So they're going to kind of pick off of each other. Musgrave's going to run a little curl route, and then you're going to see Dontavian Wicks run an absolute seam route. That's just going to be a sicko throw. Because you see right here, Dontavian Wicks and Malik Heath, look at them. They're running at the same point, and it's going to really fuck this first guy over that they're running at. Boom, he doesn't know who to choose. He chooses neither, and then an absolute sicko throw to Dontavian Wicks. I mean, just insanity. In-fucking sanity. I think we got 2 more plays here. Just another touchdown throw here. This one was to take the lead. Then you got Dontavian Wicks coming in. Just making it easy for your guys. Just make it easy for them. Just make it easy. And now this last throw here is going to be for the win. All right? This is going to be for the win. Jordan Love dropping back, getting pressured immediately from the right, has to step up. Weird throw. Oh, this is the miss, actually. The next play is for the win. Just kind of, it's a drop, though. That's got to be a catch by Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Now, this is the 4th down play. This is for the win.
Christian Watson gets the redemption.
So he's throwing it right now. He's throwing it to Dontavian Wicks right here. Jordan Love's already loading it up. Dontavian Wicks hasn't even turned on his route yet.
I mean, it's a smart throw. It's man coverage. He's breaking inside. Horizontal routes on man beaters always.
Look at the way Jordan Love gets this ball off.
Oh yeah, falling back. I remember watching this live. I was like, oh, and he lost a shoe. And he
lost the shoe.
Dontavian Wicks.
Okay, Drew. So after we broke down that film there, how you feel about Jordan Love after that game? Is he worth, in your opinion, $55 million a year?
Every penny, every single penny. It honestly just makes me sad because it just watching him and watching Bryce week after week, it's like a night and day difference. I mean, his confidence in throwing deep and hitting those tight windows and just not being hesitant and just being able to throw like in any circumstance on the run, off his back foot, getting chased out of the pocket, climbing in the pocket. It seems like he can make every single throw. Regardless of the read, he's gonna put the ball in a good chance for his receiver to get it. I mean, that's just good. I mean, he's just throwing guys open. I mean, that's what great NFL quarterbacks do is throw guys open. I mean, most of those catches, your guys weren't wide open. They had a step on the guy, maybe, and he threw it to the exact right spot it needs to be. And that's what elite quarterbacks do. And man, he's one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, so now when I tell you that he's at least top 10 in every major statistical category, is it believable now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, and he does have his games where he's not in the same control. And I think it's really matchup dependent on how much Matt LaFleur is going to let Jordan Love lose. But it's Toyota-thon. It's fucking Toyota-thon.
That's right.
But this is one of those more impressive games he played. And he's only going to get more dangerous, too, because he's getting, like I said, he's getting two weapons back. And Jaden Reed, who is probably arguably the best receiver the Packers have. He's just a guy that can do the most. He's most consistent. He can do the most for this team. And then Matthew Golden, who, again, first-round pick. So going into this Chicago game, it's going to be key for him to do this. I mean, it's going to be a big matchup for him. It's good to do a little bit of film breakdown. See where I keep trying to tell everybody that stop worrying about his footwork. Stop worrying about everything. Just let that man go play football.
Yeah, and he's a clear example of progression. Like you said, when he came in and started his first year, not so great. Next year, he improved. Like he's improved every year that he's been a starter for this Green Bay Packers team significantly. Like it's quite easy. Like it is, his progression is linear.
Yeah, well, it has been linear, but that's I always tell people progression is not linear.
I know.
But here's the thing: is one thing I want to squash. I got to squash something. I got to get this off my fucking chest because we got to talk about shout shows. I am so sick to my stomach that these shout shows, these dumbasses that get on and talk about football and keep saying that Jordan Love is some like wild card of a quarterback. He's thrown 3 interceptions. 3 to 18 touchdowns.
2 of them were to us.
Yeah. I think he threw, he only threw one. He threw one against Cincy. Did he throw 2 against Carolina?
He threw 2 against us.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember. Could have been 3 with Mike Jack.
Yeah, I guess so because he only threw one against Cincinnati early, and then I don't remember another one until then.
That's why y'all lost.
Probably. I mean, possessions. He took 2 of our 8 possessions away on just one play. Yeah. But again, if we look at that game, that's sometimes what happens when you are trying to push the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. But I would rather the same thing that we talked about in that episode. I'd rather have a quarterback that's going to do that than a Bryce Young that refuses to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, and like I said, it just looks effortless. Like when he throws it downfield. When Bryce throws it downfield, it looks like he's putting every ounce of power he has behind that ball. I mean, for like a 30-yard throw, and I mean he's out here just flicking the flick of his wrist for 50 yards. So I just think it's a different level, and that's the thing. What Bryce is his physicals definitely don't help him out at all, and he hasn't overcome that. But Jordan Love, man, I think he's a top 5 QB this year. He's done nothing but progress, and it seems like he's getting better as the year goes on.
He just gets better as the year goes on. Exactly what you said. He just gets better and better the more he comfortable he gets, because it is week to week. You never know which guys you're gonna have. Now watching that film, right? Because we've watched the majority of his throws. We didn't watch every single one of them. but we watched the vast majority. What do you think his QBR was that game?
Probably like an 85.
94.9.
Woo, woo.
Do you know
That's
what his average this year is?
I actually
72.9.
Yeah, I think it's like fifth in the NFL, right?
Fourth.
Fourth, yeah, even better. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, he's 10th in yards at
Mhm.
2,794.
Yeah.
He's seventh in touchdowns at 19 when
Hmm.
he had like 2 straight games of not throwing any
Yeah.
touchdowns. He is tied for 46th, which is like good for interceptions at 3, and
Hmm.
then fourth for QBR.
So are you a QBR believer like me now?
I mean, the QBR tells you if you played a good game. I like rating though too. I'm a big ratings guy. I like quarterback rating.
It's just the rating is just like a calculation
Yeah.
of the completion percentage and the yards and it's like it's not really like a judge on how they played. It's just like did they pass the ball
Yeah, I'm big. I'm
decently?
big on watching, like seeing, um, how many attempts were thrown in the game. I mean, I always
Hmm.
watch the game, of course, but if I look back at like, the Minnesota game, he only threw the ball 21 times. Which
Hmm.
is low. Same thing with the Giants game, 24 times, but he's averaging about 30. Like I would like to see Jordan Love throw about 30 to 35 times a game, just
Hmm.
because that's when you're just doing better. And his completion rating, he's at a 67 completion rating. I mean, that's insane. I mean, maybe the number doesn't seem
I
great,
mean,
but like it's
well, I
for
mean,
when you're
you
completing
expect.
70%, almost damn near 70% of your passes.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean that's what I would say you expect your franchise QB to have, like around a 70% completion percentage,
And
give or
that and,
take.
and that's where his linear progression has happened, because he was always a sub 50% completion
Yikes.
guy for like the last 2 years, and he's jumped it now because he
Mhm.
sees the game so much better. And I
Yeah.
think that's where, like, he sees defenses at like a really high level that you just don't see from Bryce Young. I'm not trying to shit on Bryce Young, but if we're looking at guys who have played the last 3 years, I mean, Jordan Love's been in the NFL longer, obviously, but they've been playing. There's a difference in sitting on the bench and practicing during the week and not playing, and playing for 3 straight years.
Yeah.
There needs to be the same amount of progression, and I think Jordan Love is the most mainstay of what linear progression looks like year after year after year, and that you
Hmm.
start that by having tempered expectations. But it's really also really hard to have tempered expectations when you drafted this guy number 1 overall.
Yeah. No, definitely. And it's also, it's we've seen other quarterbacks play well, starting off like CJ Stroud, I know he's kind of come back down to earth a little bit, but I still think he's playing better than Bryce. Jackson Dart. I mean, he's come in, he's lighting it up, and he's a
I
rookie.
mean, even though
I
they're
mean,
getting fucking ram ranched by the
yeah,
New England Patriots, but they're 10-2. They're 10-2.
yeah. Well,
So
it's his first game back from
yeah,
concussion,
concussion.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, up until then, I think he's like ninth in the NFL QBR. I mean, his sample size is a lot smaller, so that's
Sure.
kind of not fair. Just kind of, but I mean, you're seeing these quarterbacks come in and produce a lot quicker, like Joe Burrow, these guys, and it just makes me nervous because you've seen like the Daniel Jones, the Tua Tagovailoas, the Kyler Murrays, like the guys who were drafted to be the franchise guys were wildly inconsistent their first 5 years, and then the franchise took a gamble and said, "Hey, we'll just pay them and hope they figure it out," and they just never did, and they end up getting stuck with them. And that's just what I don't want to see. And I think
We're stuck
these
in Cap Hill.
yeah, and I've always said, great quarterbacks elevate the team. And it's like like I've said, you're starting to see these good quarterbacks that come out kind of like starting to play good right away. And I know that's not the case for everybody. I know Jordan Love struggled his first year coming in, but I just after 3 years, we should be able to see it. And the fact that we still have a lot of doubts is a big problem.
I mean, God bless you, Drew. You just hit the biggest nail on the head you could have, because
Yeah.
you could not be more right about saying the
Mhm.
whole position of the quarterback is elevate everybody's play.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I think the greatest quarterback to do that was Aaron Rodgers, because there was teams that were dog shit that this Packers team had.
Yeah.
Either barely any receivers and no defense, and he would drag them to the NFC Championship game. I mean, 2016, they're dragging that Packers team to the NFC Championship game. I mean, it's an absolute barn burner. You get drugged out by Atlanta, but to take this team that had no cornerbacks, a young Devontae Adams that wasn't very good, he had shown spots but not very good, to an NFC Championship game, it's just wild.
Yeah.
But you were so right on that, because that's the leader of your football team. He is the standard of the program, where it's like, you need to meet me at my level of play. Like, you need to bring it up to here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like even Tom Brady, like he had Randy Moss for a couple of years, but and Gronk, who was always hurt. But, other than that, he never really had always standout receivers. Like, all of his receivers were guys Bill Belichick picked up in undrafted free agency. We can make it happen. And, the people say our receivers aren't good. You've seen Bryce throw to Tet and and Coker just this past game. They weren't wide open, but he threw them open. And you've seen what Jordan Love does. He throws them open. That's what you got to do in the NFL. So, shout out to Jordan Love. Great film review, man. That's fun stuff to watch right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm excited to rewatch this. This kind of, I would say, for Bryce Young, this game, a short sample size for 15 to 20, because I feel like we're going to see a lot of the same plays over again when we do the film review on Friday. But I'm really excited to kind of get your take on that. And if you like this series we're doing with film review, comment down below. Say you love it. Say you hate it. Whatever it is, just hit the subscribe button. That's all I ask.
Yeah. We were giving away that gift card. Don't forget.
And it'll be your choice. Xbox, NFL, shop, whatever gift card there you want. If you want a Bass Pro Shop gift card.
McDonald's, whatever you want.
Yes, whatever it is. You're going to get it. So make sure you do that all down below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Drew, anything for the viewer before we let him go?
I hope everyone has a great week. We'll see y'all later this week with some more film review on Bryce and possibly Jordan Love. And like, subscribe, comment. We want to have you on the show. Tell us your favorite team and what you think, or tell us if you disagree with us and why. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to hear it.
Well, that'll do it for us on this Monday episode. Well, it'll probably go out Tuesday. It's getting kind of late. We love you. God bless you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.